On the night of November 15th, 1966, two young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette, were driving near the abandoned TNT plant outside Point Pleasant, West Virginia. As their car headlights swept across the road, something stepped into view. A massive figure, 7 feet tall, with wings spanning over 10 feet, stepped into the road. Its eyes glowed a burning red. Terrified, the couples hit the gas. The car roared down the empty road, but it wasn't fast enough. The creature rose above the trees and followed, gliding effortlessly. Witnesses later swore it chased them at speeds of over 100 miles an hour, its glowing red eyes locked onto the car. Inside, Linda Scarberry screamed as she felt the thing's gaze bore into her, not just watching, but invading her thoughts. She later said it felt like the creature was inside her mind, filling her with a wave of pure terror. For miles, it hunted them. Every turn, every desperate acceleration, it was still there, gliding, relentless, as if it wanted them to know escape was impossible. Finally, the couples screeched into town, headlights blazing, hearts racing. And just like that, the creature vanished into the night sky. Shaken and pale, they told police what they had seen. Officers took their statements seriously, because all four gave the same exact description. A humanoid figure, 7 feet tall with enormous wings, and eyes that glowed red in the dark. And this was only the beginning. In the weeks that followed, reports poured in from across Point Pleasant. On November 16th, a group of gravediggers working late claimed they saw a dark figure soar over their heads. At first, they thought it was a man, until its wings unfurled. One gravedigger swore the thing glided silently, like a massive shadow blotting out the stars. Soon after, families in rural homes reported glowing red eyes outside their windows at night. They described the same presence, towering, winged, waiting in the darkness. One family said they found claw marks on their roof, as if something heavy had perched there while they slept. Hunters in the woods spoke of being stalked. They would hear wings rustling in the treetops, branches breaking overhead. And when they shined their flashlights, they saw it. Red eyes staring back through the trees, unblinking, too high off the ground to belong to any known animal. Over the next year, more than 100 witnesses described the same impossible figure, and many of them didn't just see it, they felt it. Some said the creature let out a shriek so piercing it froze them in place, a sound so unnatural it made their blood run cold. Others swore the Mothman projected something worse, a psychic wave of dread, an overwhelming sense that death itself was near, as if it wasn't just watching them, but reaching inside their minds. Then, in December 1967, tragedy struck. The small town of Point Pleasant was buzzing with holiday traffic. The Silver Bridge, a suspension bridge built in 1928, strained under the weight of rush-hour cars crossing between West Virginia and Ohio. Then, without warning, it happened. A loud crack split the air as one of the bridge's support chains snapped. In seconds, steel twisted like paper. Cars lurched forward, headlights flaring as the roadway buckled beneath them. And then the whole structure gave way. Dozens of vehicles plummeted into the icy Ohio River below. Some were swallowed instantly. Others were crushed by falling steel. 46 lives were lost in a single night of chaos and terror. The town was left in shock. Families mourned. Rescue crews dredged the freezing waters, pulling wreckage and bodies from the current. It was the deadliest disaster in Point Pleasant's history. And yet, for many locals, the collapse was more than an engineering failure. Because in the weeks leading up to that night, sightings of the Mothman had surged. The glowing red eyes had been seen perched high on the bridge itself. Drivers swore they felt something watching them as they crossed. Some even reported hearing that same bone-chilling shriek echo across the river. In April 1986, workers at the Chernobyl nuclear plant claimed they saw a gigantic, black-winged figure hovering above Reactor 4. Its glowing red eyes glared down as if watching. Hours later, the reactor exploded, unleashing one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. In September 2001, whispers spread of a dark winged shadow gliding near the Twin Towers in the days before 9/11. Survivors claimed they felt the same suffocating dread witnesses had described decades earlier in Point Pleasant. And in 2011, after a devastating earthquake triggered the Fukushima nuclear disaster in Japan, survivors reported glimpsing a winged humanoid figure above the smoking ruins, but always the same terrifying image. A colossal winged figure, its eyes glowing red in the dark, appearing before catastrophe. Some believe Mothman isn't of this world, an alien visitor watching from the skies. Or perhaps something far stranger, a being slipping through dimensions, drawn to moments of disaster like a moth to flame. Residents who spoke out about their encounters claimed to receive unsettling visits from mysterious men in black suits. They weren't locals, and they weren't friendly. Witnesses said they drove unmarked cars, asked disturbing questions, and carried an air of menace. More than one family claimed these strangers warned them to stop talking about what they saw. Others reported phone calls at odd hours, the line filled with static. Or strangers watching from parked cars, faces obscured by hats and sunglasses. So what is the Mothman? A demon? A failed experiment? Or was it something older, something beyond us? A harbinger forever bound to human tragedy? To this day, the Mothman has never been explained. Not by science, not by reason, not by anyone who looked into its eyes and lived to tell the tale. Across decades, across continents, it is always there, waiting. Some say it's a warning, others say it's a curse. But one thing is for certain, that wherever we go, it will be watching.